What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C4, and today, before I go lift some weights, clanging and banging, I was like, what kind of video can I make and record today about the Eagles? I'm working on, I don't know if I've released it before or after this video, but I'm working on some redrafts of the Chip Kelly era, so I'm going to redraft the 2013, 14, and 15, so kind of, if you're on Reddit, it's kind of a shit post video. It's Eagles content that we can get talking about. But, there's no real weight to what's being said. It's kind of, off in fantasy world. But, the topic right now, I'm recording this. It's a couple days into the first days of training camp, is that the Eagles making a trade for Josh Gordon. And, it's a big, hot topic around the Eagles message boards and Eagle fans worldwide. They're going to make this trade. And realistically, they're not going to make this trade. But it got me thinking, what are some trades Philly may make, or could make, or should make, that would make sense to players that are potentially available, and, we have assets that can potentially acquire these players. So I was going to do 10, but I was like, when I did 10, some of these guys were clearly unrealistic and would never leave. So I came up with 5 plus a bonus. So hopefully you guys kind of agree with this, and let me know in the comment section below. You agree, disagree, or maybe if I don't mention a guy you think we should trade for, let me know about that, and we can talk about that in the comments. So before we go to the top 5, I have the one move Eagles should maybe look at, and I'll consider that the bonus, because it's not trading for someone, it's trading away someone. And it's a topic I've talked about before, and that is Connor Barwin. I think he is surplus value right now on this team. It'll be nice to have him, but his cap hit is kind of on the bigger side, and he's going to be part of our rotation now with Brandon Graham and Vinny Curry at the defensive end spots. So, ideally, you keep Connor Barwin around because he is, he's great in the locker room. He's great off the field. He's good on the field. But, looking at teams like Atlanta, San Francisco, New England, 3-4 teams that could use a guy like that at outside linebacker where he's proven to be a capable starter, if not, a great starter. Not so much last year, but in 2014, this guy had like 13, 14 sacks, something like that. And what is he, 28? So, he still has some tread left on the tire, and there should definitely be some value there. So, I would not be upset, and I would totally understand if they decided to move him to reacquire some assets, especially after giving up so much to get Carson Wentz in the draft. So, maybe you could potentially, even though none of the guys I'm going to talk about are on those teams I just mentioned, maybe teams like a Denver or like a Tennessee would be interested. But I digress. Here are top 5 players Philadelphia could look at targeting that would make great impacts on their team. So at number 5, we're going with Bradley Roby, the cornerback for the Denver Broncos. He's currently listed as their third cornerback behind Aqib Talib and Chris Harris. I'm not exactly sure if he's exclusive to playing nickel. He's a smaller guy. I think he's 5'11", so he's under the 6 feet tall. He's probably about the same size as Chris Harris, but definitely not Aqib Talib. But, Bradley Roby is better than any corner we would have on our roster today, in my honest opinion. And, this was back fantasy thinking when I thought Mark Sanchez or, Sam Bradford, more importantly, Sam Bradford, was going to get traded to the Denver Broncos. But, Bradley Roby made sense. Just looking at cornerback depth charts around the league, looking at the best corner threes, guys that are the odd man out for their starting lineups that are better than what we have at Philly. Bradley Roby is at the top of that list. Number 4 is TJ Carey, the third corner on the Oakland Raiders. Was set to be their second starting corner. He's been very solid for them. Not outstanding, but definitely very consistent and legit, average to above average starting corner with some upside. But after they signed Sean Smith, now it's Sean Smith, David Amerson, and then Carey's the odd man looking out. And I think that would be actually pretty feasible to bring him in. I'd say he's probably as good, if not better, than what we have, and would certainly, add to the cornerback competition that we're going to have this coming season. Oakland Raiders fans could probably give you a better analysis of what TJ Carey brings, but he's graded out pretty favorably for Pro Football Focus, and he's a solid corner. He's 25, so certainly has room to grow and is better, maybe more room to grow than someone like Nolan Carroll, who's already had a bad injury and is getting up there in age, or someone like Leotis McKelvin, who we have here, who's getting up there in age. So TJ Carey at number 4. Going to number 3 is going to be Trey Mason, the second running back for the St. Louis Rams. When he started, he looked pretty damn good on an average-looking Rams team, but now that Todd Gurley's there, it's the Todd Gurley show. He's the franchise player, and Trey Mason is going to be an attractive running back. He's not set to be a free agent for another 2 years, and he's probably as good as Ryan Matthews, as good as Smallwood or Kenyon Barner, and he has a lot more upside. No injury history. I think Trey Mason would be an excellent running back for us to bring in. You got looking at free agency the coming year. Ronnie Hillman's probably going to go to the free agency market from the Denver Broncos, and I think I'd still want Trey Mason over that. So there's some way that, we can kind of recoup that fucking robbery, which was the Sam Bradford trade for the Rams. Maybe trying to look at getting Trey Mason would be nice, having Trey Mason lead our backfield, even though I personally think we can get a running back in the 2017 draft. That will be our next, franchise running back. I mean, looking at free agents for the sake of this video, Trey Mason makes a lot of sense. Go number 2 is going to be Shaq Barrett, outside linebacker number 3 for the Denver Broncos. And this is just more in light of the Nigel Bradham news. I'm recording this the 27th of July as it stands right now. There was talk about if Nigel Bradham's going to get cut for the Philadelphia Eagles. I mean, someone asked that at Doug Peterson press conference, said he would not, but it is looking kind of serious right now. It's undecided if it was Bradham defending his girlfriend or just straight up beating this guy up. But I mean, there is concerns, not even just that, to our depth at outside linebacker. We didn't get Bradham on a big deal, even though he is slotted to be our starter. His deal is definitely of a guy that could be backup. And Shaq Barrett has looked great for the Denver Broncos, but he's just stuck behind Von Miller. He's stuck behind, DeMarcus Ware won't go away. He's probably going to end up being stuck behind Shane Ray, who's probably going to be given the keys once DeMarcus Ware decides to hang them up. So, I mean, he's got to be consistently the odd man out there in Denver, and I think he'd be definitely a good starter here in Philadelphia, if not really elite depth to a position that we lack very much depth. But the number 1 is going to be a wide receiver, because wide receiver is, like I said, the reason why I made this video is because of Josh Gordon talk. But I think someone like Kendall Wright, currently wide receiver 2, maybe wide receiver 3, depending on how you view the wide receivers there in Tennessee. I think Kendall Wright has a lot of upside. And it's just been a product of a stagnant offense in Tennessee. Maybe that will change with Marcus Mariota in there now, another year under his belt, ready to go. But the number 1 target there is Delaney Walker. And then the wide receivers, it's going to be, they paid big money for Rashard Matthews, and they have Dorial Green-Beckham. So I think Kendall Wright might be on the outside looking in, or at least has to compete. And I think he'd be, maybe wide receiver 1 outside ability, considering that everyone seems hard-pressed that Jordan Matthews is going to be a slot wide receiver. Kendall Wright could be the top guy we have to start on the outside. And, might be able to catch something. Might be able to get him from Tennessee for something nice. Maybe a Connor Barwin. But, those are just 5 potential trades I think Philadelphia could make to guys that could be viewed as surplus from their respective teams. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section below. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you enjoyed the video, smash that like button. And until next time, it's your boy C4 saying peace out.